Good day, gamers. Swingpin back with another Bedwars video. Today, I am going to be talking about the resource in Bedwars that I believe has the biggest impact on the game. This resource, more often than not, decides who will win the game, who will lose, and who has the upper hand in every single PvP fight. It is incredibly difficult to consistently compete without learning how to effectively collect and use this item. So in this video, I will give some tips and tricks to help you master the most important resource in Hypixel Bedwars. In my opinion, no resource has a bigger impact on the game than diamonds do. Don't get me wrong, you can't really play the game properly without iron, and gold items can give you insane advantages in countless ways during a Bedwars game. The real difference between those two and diamonds is that every team has easy access to iron and gold. It is virtually impossible to completely prevent a team from accessing these basic currencies. With diamonds, you are able to claim a generator, sometimes multiple, and consistently get more powerful over time while ensuring that your opponents cannot. This leads to a compounding element that makes it even easier to control the resources once you start getting diamond upgrades. Once you get prot and sharp, it becomes way easier to beat teams that are still rocking basic gear. Now you might be saying, but Swingpin, what about emeralds? Aren't they the most powerful resource in Bedwars? Wrong. Emeralds offer one-time use items that, while powerful, are not as OP as having a big prot advantage that doesn't go away when you die is. So yeah, emeralds are insanely good, and in the right hands make a person very dangerous, but diamonds make you take more damage, give out more punishment, and make your base easier to defend. You might think I'm crazy, but I would rather have a full round of 16 diamonds than a full set of 8 M's. So that is why I think diamonds are the most important asset in Bedwars, but how should you go about collecting them? The first thing you need to do is prioritize collecting them throughout the entirety of the game. You shouldn't allow this to get in the way of you rushing teams, but you have to ensure that you don't fall behind in diamond upgrades. There are several ways that you can do this, but my favorite is to hide or stash diamonds when I can collect them, but don't have an opportunity to get back to my base. This usually happens when I am on my way to attack another player's bed. In this video that is playing right now, you will see me collect diamonds and hide them in the bushes, which might seem weird when you first watch me do it, but these hidden diamonds will stay there and will almost never be found by your enemies. This will allow you to come back and get them later when you are able to make it to a base to catch them in. Another advantage of hiding diamonds is that the diamond gens will continue to make new diamonds as long as your hiding spot is far enough away from the gen. This means that a gen that will usually stop at 4 diamonds will keep making more while you are off rushing a base. This method of stashing diamonds will ensure that you never fall behind and will keep you in the fight. So once you have the diamonds, what do you do with them? There are really 2 ways to go with your first set of 4 diamonds. You can buy sharpness to increase the damage you deal, or you can buy prot 1 in a trap. The second option will give you 2 upgrades instead of 1 and will leave you with an extra diamond for future use. But honestly, either option is fine. From there, you need to focus on increasing your protection as much as you possibly can. It only takes 10 diamonds to get sharpness, prot 1, and prot 2, and I have found this to be a real tipping point where your diamond upgrades are overwhelming compared to base players. This means you will be able to win most fights against players with no diamond upgrades, even if you are not as good at PvP. Again, it is important that you are rushing other bases throughout the game, so only collecting diamonds without pressuring other teams is typically a bad strategy. There are a few purchases that you should pretty much never make with diamonds unless you completely max out your sharp, prot, and haste upgrades first. You really shouldn't upgrade your gen except in very specific situations. Your diamonds can almost always be used more effectively than making your gen slightly faster. You should also really only use either a mining fatigue trap or a blindness slowness trap. The other traps are not really as useful and do a much worse job of protecting your bed. I know most people think mining fatigue is the only good trap, and it is the trap you should buy like 90% of the time, but blindness slowness can be great for killing someone that has a big gear advantage or skill advantage on you late in the game. Lastly, and I cannot stress this enough, don't buy Dragon Buff. Just don't do it. So yeah, diamonds are OP and can be used to win games even when you are not the most skilled player or team. If you are new to Bedwars, it is super important that you work diamond collection into your strategy because it is the great equalizer to PvP skill. If you are a highly skilled player, you can probably win games without many diamonds, but you are not going to get huge win streaks often without them, at least in solos and doubles that is. So figure out a way to balance rushing other teams with collecting and stashing diamonds and you will absolutely win more games. That's a pretty basic breakdown of diamonds and how they can be used to increase your chances in Hypixel Bedwars. If you want to see more Bedwars strategy videos just like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. It helps me out a lot and will hopefully help you improve at my favorite game, Minecraft Bedwars. Thank you all for watching and I will see ya.